Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you fail in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980. and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And welcome, and I cannot stress the importance so much as to your adjusting to life as it goes along. As you know, the show is titled Bright Side of Aging, and I try to stay on that theme. In fact, I'm really excited about having our next meeting at the Caustic Senior Center, which is at 11 Mile and Middlebelt, from 11 to 12. We are going to be promoting the positive aspects of aging, and we share challenges that we have, So resources that we have, and guess what? We are going to have a door prize drawing, so you can have a free lunch right in the center. If you need more information, by all means, I always give out our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. Write that number down, because we not only promote our sponsors that way, but also 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we can put you in touch with what resources you may need. I have had so many success stories and interesting interviews over the years that it probably could fill a full encyclopedia book, if there's such a thing around. Now, on the internet, we're not so sure. I am always very, very sensitive about certain words. And there's a certain word that really has struck my thoughts and all, and maybe yours. I have OnStar in my car, so that means when I'm wandering around trying to find a particular location, and if by mistake I go off track, guess what happens? It goes to a voice, friendly woman voice that says recalculate. I love the word recalculate because it doesn't call you a dummy, it just says that you should reconsider. And the interesting thing is, along comes a phenomenal idea that also uses a similar concept. Instead of using recalculate, there's a study titled Reset, which, in my opinion, is almost as good as recalculate. Reset make it be even better. I am really excited about having JERMANI Lee, who was a researcher at the University of Michigan School of Public Health. He's within the Department of Health Behavior and Health Equity. He has lots of experience evaluating public health programs. He makes sure these programs work and support communities as well as individuals. He is currently working with older adults in Detroit. Hello, JERMANI. I hope I have the name pronounced properly. Yes, sir? JERMANI, yes, is that correct?
JERMANI, yes.
JERMANI,
yes,
okay. You are blessed. Your last four letters, JERMANI, rhymes with Lee. That's terrific.
Yes, it does.
And I really am impressed with your conscientiousness. You and I have talked a few times off the air, and the commitment that you have for your studies really impresses me, and you're to be congratulated. So let's start from the beginning. How do you describe Reset?
Yeah, so first, Ike, thank you so much for having me on your show. So, yeah, I'd like to talk to your listeners today about Reset, which that's an acronym, actually. It stands for Re-engaging in Self-Care and Enjoying Today. So Reset is a collaboration between the University of Michigan and the Detroit Health Department, and we're testing a 7-week telephone-based program to help adults in Detroit aged 50 and over learn skills to improve their quality of life. So this program was created in response to the effects the pandemic had on many of us. So whether the pandemic caused us to feel more anxious or more depressed, more stressed or isolated from others, many of us have still not restored our well-being to what it was before the pandemic. So this program uses well-known ways to live better, such as being active, relaxation techniques, connecting with other people to improve well-being. And what works for one person may not necessarily work for another, but the hope is that participants will come out of the program with a few tools that work for them.
Wow. And that really sounds fantastic. In fact, I am puzzled to be upfront with you. I've called a couple of government agencies that are involved in licensing and all, and believe it or not, after all this time, some of them are still working from home because they haven't reset their life. And to me, it's a puzzle. And for you to take on this kind of a study is actually phenomenal. Now, I just wondered if you could fill in as far as the reset program is. How are you implementing? How is it being led?
Yeah. So the reset program is led by a community health worker from the Detroit Health Department. Community health workers are people who are from a certain community that are able to connect participants with different resources. For those that may not know about the community health workers, participants will discuss a health topic each week by telephone with the community health worker and in a small group of other participants. So the program's in a group format. And people tend to like that because then you can kind of hear other people's stories and see that you're not alone with certain struggles. In between group telephone calls, you're encouraged to try activities to boost your well-being, such as trying out a new relaxation technique, trying out a low-level exercise, and we encourage people to start low and go slow because we want people to gradually increase their exercise levels. Or another activity we have people doing is called the gratitude jar, where we have them write down one thing that they're grateful for each day for a week on a card, and then they put it in a jar. And at the end of the day, they can review those notes. And that's been another thing that's been shown to help people by focusing on a positive. That's helped people to kind of reset their lives. It's helped them to improve their mood, improve chronic pain, and deal with some of the stresses that life throws at us. Lastly, there is also a podcast, which is kind of like a radio show, just like this, but it's podcast is pre-recorded, so you call into it at any time, and basically the podcast has a mixture of community members and experts from the Detroit community that are talking about different health topics covered in Reset. And then I guess one last thing is that participants will also receive a free activity tracker to use to count their steps in the program. There's not a certain number of steps they have to reach. It's just we want them to kind of monitor their activity, and any movement is good. We encourage participants to just get any movement.
Wow, and this a way you actually can have a way of knowing for sure as to how many steps you are taking per day, and actually they can, whoever is listening can check with their doctor as to what's ideal for them. And this is a free tracker that you get, and I'm really impressed. People get called each week. Is that right? Is that what the program consists? Is that right?
Yeah. So for 7 weeks, there's a group telephone call, and sometimes people get intimidated about how to access that. It's actually very easy. It's just like you just dial a phone number just like any other phone number, and then you're instantly put into a group conference call with the community health worker and a few other participants.
Wow. So it's not like you have to start getting a computer and learning all kinds of apps. You just pick up your phone.
No, if you can make a phone...
If
you can make a phone call, you can do this program. And you also, the other benefit to that is you don't have to leave your house either. You can just do it straight from your home.
Wow. And I just wondered, do you want to give out the phone number for people to contact you? Go ahead.
Yes, of course. Our phone number is 844-456-4668. Again, that is 844-456-4668. And what will happen is, the first step is that you will, when you call that number, we will ask you a few questions just to see if the program if you would qualify to participate in the program. And then after that, we would go through some of the details of the study to make sure that this is something that you're interested in doing. And then we'll set you up for your first survey.
Wow. That sounds fantastic. And of course, we always have our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, in case there's any confusion for whoever is interested. And when we get back from our brief break, I understand there's also a compensation plan for those that are interested. So, folks, do not go away. We'll be right back with JERMANI Lee, a researcher at the University of Michigan School of Public Health. Don't go away. We're going to take a very brief break, and we'll be right back.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And now I'd like to get back into our interview with JERMANI Lee, researcher at the University of Michigan School of Public Health. And we were talking about a phenomenal program that if you're trying to reset your life after all that is going on, or even just resetting your life, this program, as they say, is almost too good to be true. As you know, I have a series of IKEisms, and how many times have you heard, this sounds too good to be true? Well, my IKEism says that there are certain things that are true and sound to be not true, but this one is fantastic because you actually are going to be also compensated for helping you to readjust to what has been going on in our world. And JERMANI, before the break, you were describing the program itself. I wondered if you could address what is the structure of the study.
Yeah. Given that there hasn't been a program quite like Reset before, this program is also, it's a part of a research study to make sure that the program effectively supports older adults in improving their health. And so what will happen after you've been screened to see if you qualify for the study, as well as you've consented to participate, you will, as I was saying, complete your first survey, which is basically a survey that's about your health. It generally takes about an hour, and then you'll be randomly placed into one of two groups, like flipping a coin. One is the Reset group, and the other is the Wellness Check Control group. And we do this so that we can definitively say at the end of the study whether or not this program itself led to the improvements of the participants. Now, there are two groups, but both groups will get the program. It's just a matter of when. So the Reset program group will get the full 7-week program right away, right after their first survey. And the Wellness Check group will receive a half-hour Wellness Check call from the community health worker after their first survey. And then they'll be invited to participate in the full 7-week program after they complete their final survey, which is about 8 months from the first survey.
Hmm.
And mhm. And so, yeah, regardless of which group that you're placed in, all participants will be asked to complete 3 surveys. So that initial survey, one at 2 months into the study, and then one 8 months into the study. And as mentioned, anyone who didn't get the full 7-week reset program, the people in the wellness check group, they will get the program after their last survey at 8 months. So, yeah, it's we do that just to definitively say that, to be able to definitively say that whether this program is leading to people's health improving over time.
And as they say in the big ads, then there is more. The participants will actually be compensated for their time in the study. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah. So participants will be compensated for completing those 3 surveys. So they will get a total of up to $65 in checks for doing those 3 surveys. The program part the program part of the study is free. So there's that's it's a free resource, and then participants, as mentioned, they'll get all the materials that they get for the program, so the activity tracker, the workbook, and any other materials. It's theirs to keep after the program.
And if I read the information correctly, this can be the entire study can be done over the phone. Is that right?
That is correct. The entire study can be done over the phone. You don't have to leave your house. However, before you start the 7-week program, you have the option to do an orientation in person with the community health worker if you choose, but you can also decide to even do that over the phone if you'd like.
Well, you can't beat that. Now, how much time is needed to take part in the reset study?
Okay, yeah. So the surveys themselves take about an hour each, and as mentioned, there are 3 surveys that are spread over 8 months. The reset program involves a 1-hour orientation session that can be done, as I said, over the phone or in person. And the weekly group phone calls that are part of that 7-week program, those each last about an hour. And then the podcast that you listen to each week, each episode is about 20 to 30 minutes.
Now, who can participate in the study?
Okay, yeah. This is an important question. So to participate, you have to be at least 50 years old and live within 25 miles of the Detroit Health Department and have some area of health that is significantly impacting you, such as maybe some increased anxiety or depression or fatigue, chronic pain, stress, or loneliness. The reason for that is because we want to make sure that the program has some area that you can help improve on. If you don't have any area of health that you may need some improvement on, you may not need the program. So that's why we, at the beginning, we ask you some questions just to see if you would qualify based off of those criteria. I also want to emphasize the 25 miles from the Detroit Health Department requirement, as we won't be able to enroll you if you live further than that, unfortunately, as most of the resources are centered around the Detroit community.
Well, there are a lot of people within 25 miles of the Detroit Health Department. That's for darn sure. And apparently you have done this study for a while. Can you give us any examples of what people's experiences have been like?
Yeah, so in general, people have really enjoyed the program. They love our community health worker. Her name is Angela, and she's very upbeat and engaging. And as a community health worker, she has similar experiences to adults in that age range who are actually grew up in Detroit as well. One participant said that this basically described her as the icing on the cake for the program. And in terms of the program content itself, the different session topics speak to different people. For example, one participant thought that the topic on navigating the healthcare system was especially helpful for her. so that she could advocate for herself better at her doctor's office. Another participant found that the connecting with others topic to be helpful for engaging with people in her neighborhood. So, it seems like different sessions really speak to different people. That's what I've kind of found throughout the program. And also, by participating in the study, you will also be contributing to research on how we can best support older adults in improving their well-being. So you'll be helping older adults for the future as well.
So, in other words, you can help yourself and help others. And if anyone has got a friend or family member that they're concerned about, this is free. And of course, you got to qualify, like Ivani just described. But how can you beat it? You're being paid to improve your own condition and thereby making the family around you less stressed out and taking care of you. So how can anyone join the study? What do they do?
So to join the study, all you have to do is call our hotline number so we can talk with you and make sure that you qualify. Our hotline number is 844-456-4668. Again, that is 844-456-4668. And if you're currently driving and can't write that number down, you can also reference the recording of this radio segment on YouTube, on youtube.com/IKE ENGELBAUM. And alternatively, you can also call Ike to ask him to give you our hotline number.
Right, and my number is 888-489-8980. And I try to get around to some other senior centers. And Jermani, before we got on the interview, you said you'd be open to speaking to certain groups and organizations that may want to hear the full story directly from you. Is that offer still available?
Yes, it definitely is. Definitely is. No, we love being able to speak about our study and try to give as many people the opportunity to participate as we can.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, like all good things, they do come to an end. So you're only going to be able to do this study through September of this year, and that may seem a long way off. I guarantee you, folks, that's not a long way off. As soon as you can, you or a family friend should definitely at least see if you qualify. How many times have you heard in your life where there's a program where you get paid to help you get better? You can't beat that. Amani, you've been a delight to be on the air. I'm going to book you, as they say, to our Rotary Club and Optimist Club. And anybody that's a Rotarian out there or any organization, by all means, call us at 888-489-8980. And if they're within 25 miles of the Department of Health, they will qualify. And the greatest gift in life, as they say, is to know another person lives easier or breathes easier because you have lived. God bless you, Ivani. Right now, I only have enough time to wrap up with my favorite parting thought, which is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy the pure present by living in life with a bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, entrepreneursnetworkofmichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like a free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And, of course, our phone number, as I like to give out, is 888-489-8980. And I welcome any calls, especially if it comes to entrepreneurship. Our next meeting of the Entrepreneurs Network is going to be June 24th, the last Tuesday of this month, 11:30 to 1. We have dynamic entrepreneurs, and we limit it to just 20 people on purpose, so that way we can really get to know each other and become each other's representatives. The Entrepreneurs Network has been around for over half a century. And I'm beginning to think that that's pretty long. Anyway, 11:30 to 1 at the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce, which is at 305 North Pontiac Trail. And it's in Wall Lake, Michigan, in view of Wall Lake. Wow, what a great setting and what a great group. And we'd love to have you come. And they say 90% of success is just showing up. And as far as success is concerned, I am really excited about interviewing again John Bones, who's the executive director of Team Up Academy. Team Up Academy was born from John's desire to provide opportunities for people who seek to improve their education and employment outlook through training and guided job placement. As a consultant and administrator for many large automotive equipment tear-outs, rebuilds, and sales programs, John witnessed firsthand the phenomenon of newly hired employees quitting jobs they had just been placed in. From that, the idea for a 30-day soft and hard skills training boot camp and job placement service, he began to grow in the idea and take shape. Equipped with mighty work ethic, he was a Boy Scout leader and education from Northern Michigan and Michigan State University. John uses his business and entrepreneurial background to guide Team Up Academy forward. So let's go forward, John Bones. Hey, John, I hope your connection. Are you hearing me? Yes, sir?
I am here.
Hello?
Yes. How are you?
Yep.
Nice to be with you.
I am here, and you are there. So it is really fun to have you back on the air. We have had a lot of fun times at different network meetings, and I had the joy of actually being and seeing your phenomenal setup out there in Warren. So I'm always impressed with your philosophy, which is my philosophy as well, and that is that so many people have heard that old line that if you give a man a fish, he has food for one meal. Teach a man how to fish, and he will eat forever. Everybody thinks that's such a wonderful saying. My opinion, as I like to call it, a nice-ism, is not that great a saying. The truth is, you can teach many people how to fish, and they still won't get fish unless they get a fishing pole, the bait, and know where the fish are located. You, John Bones, are bright enough to have come to that realization that there are so many people that if they were taught properly would have a lifetime career that would be both profitable and also very effective in terms of keeping the family together. I cannot believe that you put together what you have out there in Warren. So for those folks who have not been out there, give us a walkthrough. If someone shows up at your headquarters in Warren and they take a look at what's going around, what do they see? What do you have in there?
Well, thanks for that entree. I really appreciate it, Ike. It's so good that you're supporting us with our mission. Of course, our mission is pretty easy. We try to, in a 30-day boot camp setting, give the individual students going through our program a compass to get ahead and to understand what it takes to be an excellent employee in a manufacturing setting. And it's very important for that. Manufacturing settings are very dangerous, so safety is very important, wearing the proper PPE, and understanding what it takes to be, a well-rounded employee in that type of a setting. Coming into our facility and applying is very simple. You can do it online at www.teamupacademy.org. There's an application button right on our website. It's about a 5-minute process. It's very simple. And within about 24 hours of applying, one of our great instructors will give the individual a ring and set up an appointment to come in and go over what the qualifications are to join Team Up, be part of Team Up as a student, and then going forward, being part of Team Up as a mentor and hopefully a part-time instructor in their lifetime. Here at Team Up, 70% of our education is soft skill related. And it all has to do with everything from safety orientation to forklift training through EOA requirements for the employers to just understanding what it takes mentally to be a good employee. Conflict resolution issues and that type of thing are very, very important. We have a plant set up here that is production oriented, is running every day. So the student gets a good idea of what it takes as far as understanding production as far as CNC, machining, both mill and lathe, welding, and then forklift operations, which include loading and unloading trucks, feeding machinery with inventory, and understanding what barcoding is and identification of products.
What really turns me on, so to speak, is quite frankly, I've always been a strong believer that if you can stick to a path in your life when it comes to an occupation, pick something that's not going to be a fad. It's not like a hula hoop type deal. One thing is for sure, even though with all of the sophistication with the computers and all and the internet, and granted now with artificial intelligence that can be incorporated, the heart and soul of really our life is manufacturing. We seem to think that, the academic field of services is the way to go. The truth of it is that having a basic understanding of how products are made and being taught how to make them is a guarantee that you'll never be without work as long as, fortunately, your health works out. And I wondered, who is your ideal candidate to join up with the Team Up Academy?
Oh, it's wide-ranging, Ike. We have students coming in just out of high school that are 18. They haven't decided what they want to do with their lives yet. Looked at all kinds of different avenues. College wasn't an option at the time, so technical trades they felt would be the best path for them. And so we got, again, give them that compass. We have so many partners involved with us, so the wide range of skill sets that we can set them on that pathway to is huge. So, we look at everything from the machining side, which I talked about, to welding, to robotics, and particularly controls technicians. We are now getting into aviation sheet metal, which will also give them a credential to move up to A&P certification, which is airframe and power plant in the aviation sector. So that's going to be a big one, and we're looking to do a partnership down at Detroit City Airport to put that new aviation sheet metal program into play there. Lots of other different avenues. We deal with quite a number of the unions with their apprenticeship program. So We can put them into construction. We can put them into electrician skills, plumbing, all kinds of different avenues, depending on what the sweet spot for that student is, what they'd like to do, and where they're comfortable as an occupation to go.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the screening process is concerned, can you go into that? Someone says, hey, this sounds interesting, and what phone number, by the way, or what's the best way to contact you? Go for it.
Well, screening is pretty simple. We basically do exactly what the employer's going to do. So during the screening, there's a drug test. We have to make sure that the individual has a driver's license. Driver's licenses are very important, particularly when you get your forklift certification. And also, the first thing a lot of the employers ask is, how are you going to get to work? It's very important that transportation is a big part of your thought process when you're looking for your first job. Transportation is everything. If you can get there and get there on time, that's 90% of what the employer is asking you for. The rest can be trained. So it's very, very important that you get to work on time. Drug tests are important because that's what the employers all do before for pre-employment. And then again, we ask the same thing as any employer. Our classes are from 8 to 4 every day. You have to be here on time, and you have to do your work, and you leave at 4, and you've had a good day that you put in, and it is totally monitored. In fact, I had an employer here the other day that was going to interview some of our students, and the first thing they asked for were attendance records, because they wanted to make sure that who they were interviewing had a respectful attendance record, because that's what it's all about, respecting the employer. If you get a job with an employer, you have to respect that employer and be to work on time every day. Very, very important part of your work life. So those are some of the prerequisites we have for joining Team Up Academy.
All right. Now, as far as their education level, the high school degree requirement, how far in the educational spectrum do they have to be so that they would qualify to be interviewed?
Well, be it high school diploma or equivalent, which is a GED. And if they do not have a GED, we have staff members that can help them get that GED.
So actually, when you analyze it, if you're serious and want to be a good employee no matter where you go, you're being taught the basics on how you can make that happen. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you actually not only assist people in getting involved, but afterward you are able to seek employment opportunities for the graduate. Is that correct?
That's correct. Absolutely. We have many employers that are very interested in our graduates. And it all depends on the student themselves and what they want to make of their lives going forward. And certainly Team Up Academy is here to help them pursue their vision.
Well, you know, I think now more so than ever, people are being, more sensitive about, it used to be that, hey, you gotta get a college degree and go into like a professional career, a lawyer, attorney. Not everybody is college material, and quite frankly, as I say, I'm going to give you TMI. I was not that great a student. I'm a pharmacist. I struggled through the school, and fortunately for me, it worked out well. But I never really had this strong passion that I have to get a college degree. And when you have people that are not college orientated, but are fortunate enough to be Mr. Fix-It types, this is almost a guarantee for a successful life. And I got to commend you for it. You not only screen people, train them, and I'll help place them. So keep up with Team Up Academy. Now, you're having an open house, and I wondered if you could address that. Go for it.
Yes, our open house is Tuesday the 17th. It's from 11 to 4, and it's going to be spotlighting our new program, which is called Warriors to Work. And this program is set up for transitioning veterans from all over the country that have GI Bill capabilities to come into the state of Michigan, get trained at Team Up Academy, and then be placed in an aerospace and defense position in Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne County.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
So it's a great program. It's very exciting.
It certainly sounds that way. So that's on the 17th, and that's from 2 to 4. And I was there, and you had some great refreshments, too.
Right, now it's 11 a.m. until 4.
11 to 4. All right, 11 to 4.
We're going to have a lot of community members here, employers, military individuals. It's just going to be a phenomenal open house. And
right.
We urge anyone that's interested in taking a look at Team Up and what we can offer them to come out on the 17th and take a look around.
Right, that's 11 to 4. And give out the contact information again. Go for it.
Yes, it's Team Up Academy. It's 7200 Miller Drive in Warren, which is basically 13 in Van Dyke area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very easy to get to.
Yes, it is, and it's a beautiful setup. And the other benefit is if you're considering getting into the manufacturing world, you're going to meet some of the movers and shakers there, so you can network with them as well, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's an added benefit, and the people there are all upbeat. It's just a delight to be there. So as they say, and I've said it many times, if you're serious about wanting to have a life that's fulfilled and where you can help others, if you can be self-sufficient and help someone else do the same, that's the best gift you can be given in life. And the Team Up Academy says it all. Just keep it up with the team. Together, everyone achieves more, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
John Bones, keep on boning along, all right? God bless.
Okay, great. Thanks for your time.
All right. I appreciate you being on, and I also want to remind folks again that our Entrepreneur Network meeting is on June 24th, and that's a Tuesday, 11:30 to 1. We're going to have a dynamic speaker. You will walk out smarter than you walked in, which is always a good idea when you go to a network meeting. The meetings that we've had over the years have actually turned people's lives around for the best opportunities they had. I can tell you on a personal basis that it even helped me because I've learned so much. Call 888-489-8980. We just heard from John Bones, the executive director of Team Up. At our meetings, we also have different executive directors of different opportunity type companies that you can get involved with. Our Entrepreneurs Network is basically just like Team Up. We're a team to help you network to your best success. The biggest problem that I see entrepreneurs make is that many times they feel, hey, if I gotta, start learning other particular contacts and making new contacts, it seems like such a tedious deal. But the truth is that unless you do connect with the right people, you are always going to be frustrated. And if you're having difficulty in your particular career path, if you don't know exactly what you want to do, call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. Because I am an affiliate and actually working with the Small Business Administration, we also work with SCORE, Senior Corps of Retired Executives. And so many people are not aware of the phenomenal free assistance you can get through these organizations, including ours. And that is, if you need an idea of how to write a business plan, we can help you do it almost for free. You want to develop a web page, we can put you in touch with people that can help design, and depending on your budget, it can be almost at almost a ridiculously low price. The truth is, you need, when you start a business, to have an idea that has merit. And we can even help you if you're considering a particular career path and are not sure if it's profitable. With SCORE, we can identify how you can get your financing, how you can also have a legal structure, and what's beautiful about it is we have ongoing mentoring, in most cases at no charge. If you have an idea and you're not quite sure how to go about it, give us a call. We can make it into a reality. The sad part that I run into is that many people do not really know what they want. Until you identify what you really want and sort of flounder around and hope things are going to work out for you, it's a very frustrating life. If you will call us, we'll help your dream become a reality. I have some thoughts that I'd like to share with you as to how you can do that more effectively, but not today, because today I got to wrap up this segment with my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.